You get that?
Thank you.
Alright, so we'll call the public meeting to order at 4:46 p.m. This public hearing is advised by the government pursuant to RSA 31:95-B. It's a notice public hearing, which is necessary to take public comment on the accepting and expending of the first round of unanticipated revenue from the ARPA funds, which is the American Rescue Plan Act. In this first round, the town of Woodstock has received $71,450.68. We do expect there'll be a second round sometime in 2022. The total award is estimated to be around $142,901. The board would like to utilize this money from ARPA on expanding broadband to underserved areas here in the community, on recovering some of the lost revenues due to the pandemic, and on any type of water and sewer repairs and infrastructure projects that arise, or that we've had, or that we know of. So at this point, we would open the floor to any public comment. And the floor will stay open until 5 p.m.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, is, this guy still in town doing the water work?
Yes.
They still are. Is he doing-
Sure.
Just,
Bill Waterhouse.
Bill Waterhouse, yes, sorry. They don't have to, the expenditures don't have to be specific, they can be in categories, it sounds like, right?
Right.
Okay.
We didn't have to tell them exactly, but they gave us a criteria that said these are the buckets that you can spend out of, which was broadband, water and sewer infrastructure, and any lost revenues is basically what they gave us a bucket of.
That's what they,
will-
and then you can choose those buckets
Yeah.
and then how much goes in each
Into
bucket.
each bucket, yeah.
And I would think we're gonna vote on where it's gonna go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those discussions will come about.
Where
We
it's
just have to publicly accept them and then be able to expend them,
Well,
just like any other contract we do.
and so when you said first installment, it sounds like, since it's a doubling, that the monies are already appropriated for next year?
They will be, yes, when we start working on the budget for 2022, we will appropriate the other 71,000.
Okay.
Sounds like
The other
we've got,
second half,
yeah.
yeah, we've gotten the first half already.
Oh, you have the monies?
Yeah. So,
Wow.
and then we'll get the second, towards the end of next year.
It's not like
We
the
have until
pie in the sky type thing,
26
it's
to
actually
spend it.
happening.
Yeah.
Which is
Right,
nice.
exactly, so.
Yeah, and we have until, it can carry over, we have until 2024, I believe is the deadline to spend it and submit for.
We don't need that long.
No, probably not. And some other cities, that are getting hundreds and thousands
Millions.
of it and millions.
Manchester's got millions.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Larger municipalities for sure. Wow. So. Yeah. Is there anything we need to sign for you, Judy? No.
No, they just
Okay.
need motion, they need motions.
Okay. So before we close, we'll
Make a motion.
make a motion to accept it,
Yeah.
both amounts? Or just, no, we
No.
decided we were just gonna do
Just
this one
this.
amount today.
Just
Yeah.
one of them.
Yeah, and then do the other one next year.
You need to put next year's in the budget.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's not a budgeting thing,
it's not?
apparently not. It's
Oh.
big debate going on right now. I'm waiting to actually roll, because I brought it in as unanticipated revenue before, because I already did my revised MS 434.
Yeah,
And I brought this in as unanticipated, but now I believe there's a ruling that it's not, it's off book.
Hmm.
So I don't know, I'm waiting for DRA to either pull it from my MS 434 or not, so I don't think you'll see it. It's like, it's all a separate checking account. It's, you've
Okay.
gotta keep a itemized thing.
Yeah, sure.
Good journal for it. Okay.
So I'm not sure.
Ah,
I mean, you gotta have a lot, an account to expend out of is
Hi,
my,
Kelly.
is my,
Hello. How are you?
you know, we have to have a
You're back.
account like that.
Sure.
Charged to, so
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not sure how it's gonna work.
I'm trying to watch them.
I've just been reading back and forth and I'm waiting for Jamie Dow to, well, I told her I put it in mine and before we set our tax rate, she'll either pull it or not pull it, and that's when I'll know.
I mean, they've been open for
Well, speaking of water and sewer things, when are we gonna see those bills?
We
It'll be in the mail this week.
Oh, good. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Did you?
except for.
I would say within the next couple of days, they should be in the mail. They're with the printer.
How thick
Oh, okay.
the layer of guests is, we would just swap.
So you don't print that type of thing here?
You couldn't move them.
No, I send a file.
File and they
I was kind
print it,
of
put it in
over
envelopes and.
the map
Mhm.
and.
Oh, great, that's good. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I,
with all
it
those
was
hundreds
just,
of-
I heard it was really packed up here from friends.
I had almost thought about bringing it back in the house when we
And
got
you know
the
what's
folding
crazy?
machine until
I
we
keep
were
getting-
doing
My house isn't
um,
even for sale.
the
I
vast
keep
quantities for
people
the
calling
mailings we
me,
did for the app, and I'm like,
like
oh
about
my goodness,
myself.
they kept sharing it.
Sure.
Crazy, I've got
It's
really
good for
good
small
gas
mailings, but
leaving.
not-
Yeah.
Do you know what's going
Not
on
that.
next
Yeah.
door?
So I'm glad
To
we
me,
kind
like on my old
did
property,
that
Steel Drive.
prior to.
Oh, no,
Sure.
I saw
But
a
honestly,
transfer.
It's more cost effective to use them.
Just.
Ring the rough.
Yeah.
Who knows what to call it?
The prices are crazy in town.
You know, until we have cheese,
And then
everything's just closing down.
over the hill,
Yeah.
I mean,
Coming.
close.
out
What is
west of the
gonna make
road,
this
and you
cheap?
dip on the left hand side.
What is gonna give to?
That one just sold, and I think it was 350.
I know, but where are they though? Like, I don't, I don't know how many.
Any traction on
New
your
Hampshire,
idea?
New Hampshire's
Small
got one of
range,
the,
impeccable
Well,
ones, 4 acres.
lowest unemployment rates, but
It
one of
was
the oldest
on the
populations
market
Sure.
for
across the US.
$5.5
Most of New England is that way. And so
Sold
folks that
for
have
$12.
the ability to retire
Did you ever?
who used to come into the workforce and help out in the summer or do, pick up shifts here and there, and decided they really don't need to, they retired for a
Have you
reason,
driven
so
through
why put
and
themselves?
seen where the
Yeah.
hotels
Right.
were?
Out there.
And that's their choosing the people.
The
And so that's some of it, you figure, especially here in the middle of the country, our communities
Where's
are
that?
shrinking a little bit.
Small.
It's right
As far as
adjacent to the
full-time
Bank of New Hampshire
residents.
where the Clarks.
So we have
was, and
all
the
those
Lewis.
community numbers.
Well, that's-
where they
He
go.
purchased it a few years ago.
Oh, he did, he's been saying
He
that.
did
The second one.
No, you figured most of our,
He paid
most of our
$1
employees don't
million
know
apiece.
Wakefield.
And now.
Manchester.
Saw
Yes,
his
I have
plan.
some drive up from Manchester, good for the good jobs, bartending stuff like that, so, yeah. Plymouth camping.
They'll crash on someone's
It's
couch
all,
for
everything's
2
straight.
minutes.
Very few,
Hi, Bob.
How you doing? I'd say few.
It's where the old railroad station.
No.
What do I need to do?
That's a good job.
I just.
So-
Hi, Bob.
How you doing?
They have not emailed me back,
Oh my God.
and I've been cooking breakfast every
Oh, I
day.
did.
So Thursday
I
after.
heard a lot of people got sick, so you've been cooking?
I haven't been sick, no one,
Most
we
people-
we don't have any COVID in our place right now, thank God. I've been cooking every day.
Well, that-
And they got sick after I cooked for them.
Yes, that's what you
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, that's true. I'm trying to get rid of all the customers. That's-
I got Roy and Steve coming down with some
I'll see what's going
Yeah.
on, sure. I just not look,
Yeah.
so I'll pin them down.
Yeah.
I emailed
Okay.
Lincoln 10 days ago
It's a
to the
Lincoln
Lincoln
Woodstock
Department of
people.
National Questions,
Crazy.
and I have not heard anything back.
Well, you know,
I just see it.
He's gonna put his permit up at 54 Main Street. It was sent to us, he's been up here working, so his wife's supposed to bring it up and all that. The permit. That'll,
what?
that'll, 54 Main Street, I think, 50.
Why did
I
someone
agree.
complain?
Someone,
No, I didn't know that.
yeah, anyway. we can-
Okay, so we're gonna be all set?
Yeah, we'll be all set, yeah.
They're just like offering us astronomical.
were you tonight?
I'm good, sir, how are you?
And there's no.
Good, busy as all,
Yeah.
supposed to be retired, man.
We were just, we were
Well, you
just
just
talking
too
about
many
that.
new projects.
Yeah, I know, look who's talking, you know what's
Yeah.
Because
How's your lovely
they're not,
wife?
like, being a
Getting there,
what they're gonna
she's
do.
moving around a little better.
Yeah.
They just
She
all,
got-
like,
She
jump
doesn't have to
to
wear the
the
boot at
That's
night.
why I'm sure we're not.
I got all bruised up from wearing that
Because we
coat.
don't have
Yeah.
town water.
Just get.
Yeah.
I'm too gullible. That's it.
Oh, boy, Scott.
Yeah.
I'm too gullible.
Quiet up on
What
the
happened?
outside.
She was hiking with her mentees.
I wouldn't have been
So who?
surprised.
Mentees,
Came and
it's
knocked
a,
on the door.
circle
With the bridge,
program.
right, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sugar program in Plymouth,
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
and it's for girls only.
yeah.
It's,
And, although now they have
Oh, don't let
girls,
the woke
oh, they
people
don't know
know
what
that's
this,
what I was
yes.
gonna say. It's
In the
crazy.
bathroom, anyway, but that's up. And she, they were hiking, and she went up the hiking trail all right.
You moved.
It was a big rock, you had to climb, come down sometimes, and why hard?
I know
Oh, yeah.
it is back in.
And then so she slid down a little, and then she
It's just
jumped the
this
rest.
summer, my daughter had a baby.
Broke her ankle.
Oh,
Yeah, Taylor had a baby.
At least golf season was almost over.
Right, that
But now you gotta, now you get a lot of togetherness.
Big Jen, she wants to play platform tennis pretty soon. She gotta wait a little more.
She
Yeah.
thought.
Oh,
They
gosh.
put a screw in there. The doctor screwed her.
Oh, Jesus. Is it really?
Yeah, is it really?
Really more information than I did.
That's right.
I know. So we had it, she's 3 months old.
So you're slowing down a little now, maybe?
Definitely this last day or so,
Yeah.
definitely. The weather made the difference. If I think it stayed nice weather, I think you might have stuck in
Yeah.
that.
Kids are 24,
It's okay.
26.
Yeah,
You
traffic's
know, now,
unbelievable. and
pick up
so-
your,
Really
like, how do I
nice.
do this again?
So,
Trying to go to the dump, right, those places.
That's my oldest.
Well, you should see my garage. I haven't gone to the dump in a while.
Oh, wait a minute, the garage door is that all?
Oh, come on.
Okay.
No, it's worse than normal. Oh, have you ever seen Bob Stoll's,
And she
Bob
didn't-
Stoll's garage?
She just- because
You
after
eat
you
off the floor and
The
every,
floor was all epoxy with,
Love one of those.
everything is in its little spot.
Yep.
I can't do it, I don't believe in that.
Then he knows where everything is.
yeah, yeah, just about. yeah.
It's amazing how that works, so.
And then she was in the baby doctor, she was.
Alright,
Another minute.
yeah, do you want me to,
Here, this and that, so.
so we should take a motion, if there's no further
For
questions,
guardianship.
which I don't think there is.
So if she ever, someday changes her mind, she's still in the baby
Yeah.
is not somewhere else.
Alright, so
With another family.
I
She's
will entertain a
so
motion
much love
to
for the
accept
baby,
the,
my mom,
um,
kids, and
public funds, I mean, the ARPA funds,
Congratulations.
in the amount of $71,450.68.
Sometimes.
That's fine.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Very good. All those in favor?
Aye.
Very good.
Make a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll second that.
Very good. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Betty's Antique sold today.
What?
Betty's Antique sold today at
Oh,
Back
yeah,
Papers.
Renee.
What's that?
Betty's Antiques. How long you been in this country?
Never heard of it.
Right there.
Come on, Betty. Betty's Antiques.
That's right next to Screaming Skips.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Next to
Yes.
who?
Screaming Skips.
Oh, that
Screaming-
place.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Carol just signed on.
Never heard it referred to as Betty's Antiques.
Remember Betty used to be?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember
Betty
Betty.
Carmichael was it?
Yes, I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
I heard South Mountain.
And
South-
Burn.
I heard the South Mountain Development sold this past week or two, too. So
Oh, really?
to some new people that are gonna do something. So,
All right.
anyway.
So-
Betty.
Jeez.
All right, we are gonna call the Selectmen's meeting to order at 5 PM. First up on the agenda is to approve and sign the minutes from the October 5th, 2021 meeting. Any questions, comments from those minutes?
No, I make a
Okay.
motion we approve the minutes as presented.
Second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next up is to approve and sign the non-public minutes from the October 5th meeting.
Make a motion to approve those.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And And then next we have, the Waterhouse had posed a question last week regarding, the MS 61 in the town report from 2020. The question was, the total uncollected taxes listed on the MS 61 on page 28 of the 2020 town report was high. It was, around 3.3 million or something. So-
3,023,000.
Yeah, so that amount of the total uncollected taxes, appeared higher or was higher than normal because the tax rate was set so late, in 2020 because it was a reval year for us. So the tax bills never went out until, the middle of December, which put, tax bills not due for 30 days after that, so it would have been the middle of January. So payments would not have come in earlier in the year, and because folks had a longer period to pay them. So, so that would be why, those funds looked higher than years past. Okay.
Just, do you know what it would have, what they actually were for that year?
What they were towards the end of January.
Other than the new year. So this is a,
That form is a calendar year form. So it runs from January to December, so that's as it stands as of the end of the year. We would have no way to predict who was gonna pay their taxes and not pay their taxes.
but
So you're gonna see the reflection of that in the 2021 MS form remitted to treasurer
Mhm.
under property tax with levy year 20, and you're gonna see where that money came in the 2021 MS 61.
Okay.
But we have no way to predict
It was a timing
who's gonna
issue.
pay and not pay and when, and, I mean, it's just but that form is very specific to a calendar year. So
Okay.
if you're late, if your tax bills are late and your due date's in January, most of those monies are gonna be seen in 2021.
So what I was hoping to do, and this was the first one, so I came to a stop, is I wanted to take a look at the uncollected taxes at the end of the year, and then over a period of time, compare that with the, what's the correct term? Is it the town inventory or the total tax? The assessments, the value of the whole town that we get from the assessors, and then also to compare it with the revenues to be raised for that year. So that number, I won't be able to get it.
And you're not gonna find property tax with money, we don't include property taxes in our MS 434 for revenues. They're not included.
Right, okay.
So you won't be able to see that on the form, it's all done,
Yeah.
Crazy
These are all
behind the
standard
scenes.
forms from DRA.
Yeah.
so
It's not,
the best you could do is take the warrant amount for the fall and pull it out of that uncollected taxes,
Right,
and that's the only way, really.
okay, well.
If you wanna play around with it, I don't know where you're going with that, but there's a lot of different,
I just want to see what's happening with the uncollected taxes, if we're on an uphill or, and percentage-wise, not dollar values.
yeah, I
I'm
know.
just trying to see if there are more.
I would
We don't
suggest
have many
pulling,
taxes that are collected.
it varies.
Yeah, we have.
And it all
a
depends
fair
on the
amount.
flow of the tax bills when they're going out
Sure.
and when they're due, and, I would, I guess, suggest just pulling the fall warrant out of that
Okay.
and working from there.
Oh, pull the total warrant.
Pull the total
Got it.
fall warrant out of that uncollected, and that should give you a good feel for,
Because very few
But-
would have come in those last couple of weeks when the bills went up.
Probably.
Thank you very
Probably.
much.
okay. Next on the agenda, we have a check request, to approve for the Woodstock Firefighter Fund. They would like to request a payment made to the Rocks Estate for their Christmas tree, must be their Christmas wreaths.
it is, sorry,
Okay.
Cheryl. I
Yep,
didn't
so
put
the
that
check
there.
request would be in the amount of $2,573.50. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion, we let them spend their $2,573.50 on wreaths and so forth.
Excellent.
No, I'll
Do I have
second
a
that.
second?
Yeah.
Very good. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
You need to abstain from the next.
okay.
Okay. The next we have is a couple of donation letters for the Woodstock Fire Department for t-shirt sales in the amount of $140, $120, and $680. Do I have a motion to accept those donations?
I'll make a motion to accept the
Okay. I'll
combined total.
You're doing them all?
combine total.
All right,
Yep.
thank you.
Yep. So would that be 7, 8, 940?
I'm abstaining.
Okay. So I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And one, all those that abstain? One. Okay, now that brings us to public participation regarding items on tonight's agenda. Any questions, comments?
I just have a question, it's not in the agenda, but it's about the meeting. When I call in, sometimes I'm let in, but most often I'm held in the waiting room. Now, I'm just trying to figure this out, because I got a 4.0 in college, and I can figure out how to do this. So, don't let the hair fool you here.
Yeah,
So,
Melissa
what
mentioned to
is
us
that?
tonight, Melissa
Help me
mentioned
out.
tonight that there was an issue with the link, and we're gonna check on that tonight, or this week before the next meeting. And what we might do is just wipe that current meeting information and put out a new, just clean meeting.
Because
Yeah.
she had to manually sign in.
Reissue it.
We had trouble with planning board last night.
Just last
Past
night.
times,
Yeah, I
maybe
couldn't
if you
do
got
it last
stuck in a
night. I
waiting
couldn't
room,
find
it
it.
could be, that's why the computer's sitting in front of me now, so that I can see people in the waiting room as
Right.
we're.
Well, when I watched the last meeting back, Judy had it on her desk to the left. And I must have called in and hung up like 30 times, or like probably 20. But I feel like she would reach over and press a button. Now, is that button accepting me into the meeting, or putting me in a waiting room, or?
No, if you show up under participants and we hit a button, it would admit you. But last meeting, we had issues because Melissa never got on either. So I don't know why, we don't know, and that's why we're gonna reissue
Okay.
it. So hopefully next week it'll be all set for you.
And that was the
for
only
Kelly.
time it was sitting.
And I
in me.
apologize.
Yeah.
We apologize.
No, I'm just like trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
so.
no, no,
Okay.
so aren't we, you know, the technology sometimes doesn't work with us, it works against us. Other
Well, it
times
worked
it's
well
great.
early on.
Yeah.
You know, when COVID first happened, it was working pretty well.
Yeah. So,
Okay, thank
Oh,
you.
we
We'll be
also
sure
have
to-
internet trouble, we have a new.
yeah,
We
and
just
we've
got
been
to
having
mention
it,
that.
so we have its own signal in here now to better help us.
That's awesome.
Any other questions or comments?
May I just ask on the Class 6 roads, is it financially better for the town? Is there a benefit to having more mileage, or how does it impact the town?
Class 6 roads don't,
It's,
Class 5 roads do, correct? Not that we-
Class 5 goes under the highway block
Right.
grant.
yeah, Class 6 is just,
Doesn't
that
have to-
report, we just give them the information, they just wanna know it doesn't benefit the town in any way. We don't get more monies from the highway block grant, it's more on the Class 5.
So going back to the Johnson Road, then you won't delve into how far that road actually goes.
We can bring that back for next week,
Um,
since it's not technically on the agenda for today.
We go through that
Yeah,
every year, we had for a while, and it just kind of dead ends up into the national forest property that they redelineated when they did all the new boundaries a couple years, three years ago.
I think the thought is it's
It
just
just
not
kind of
worth
dead ends up
pursuing.
there,
Yeah.
and that's what we've always sent back to them when we do all our Class 6.
Our road matches.
the
That
same
it-
amount.
Right.
Yeah, it matches what that plan shows.
Yeah.
The plan
If
that
you
It
I,
doesn't go
if you
straight up the
wanna-
hill, it just kind of wanders off.
I'll
of
wait,
there.
I'll wait.
Yeah, outline your specific questions, what exactly you're looking for in the
And we'll
email,
find
and we'll
out.
put it on the agenda for next week
And
and
we'll
address
find
them
out.
for you,
Yeah.
okay?
I'm only trying to look to the future. That's a large parcel of land, and that exception that I gave Judy a plan at the Registry of Deeds, the information for a plan, and it's in there saying that it goes through the national forest, but it doesn't say if it ends there. And in the future, that land is going to get developed, and it would seem to be in our interest to want to know if it ends where the old gate was, or if it goes another quarter of a mile up. This is all constructive. I'm not looking to be critical. It appears to be
No, I'm not.
a piece of information that,
Well, let's look at it.
We're not taking it as being,
yep, I get that. I get it.
I just remember in the past, just, it sort of trails off in the end and ends in that new delineated part of national forest, dead ends. So it won't, the national forest section where it ends won't be developed. And as far as the other property goes, that's my family's and the Fadden families and stuff, and I don't know, you know, we don't have crystal balls, I don't know what would get developed up in there that would affect. One way or another, it stays class 6, and if it does get developed, they'd have to sign a waiver that says, like every other class 6 road that
Right.
people live on, that says.
Just trying to look forward when
Mhm.
something comes up like that. Thank you.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you. Any other questions? Concerns under old or other businesses listed? No? Well then, I would entertain a motion to go into non-public session under RSA 91-A:3, Section 2A for personnel, E for taxes, and D for sale of property. And that we will not be coming back into public after that meeting. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to go into
Yeah,
non-public.
just say that, yes.
Yes.
I'll second that.
Very good. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you all for coming out tonight. We appreciate it. Thanks to all of you
Thanks.
that joined us on the Zoom.